Right, I haven't played this in a while, so I thought I'd play some Dead Zone Rogue because, what was I going to say? There's been a few DLC things for this and that since I last played it. This is just quite a fun game. I'm not going to use the webcam today because I want to just test how well this works without a webcam in the bottom corner. Like, you know, how many settings I need to fuck around with if I can just literally decide on the day. I just want to pull the webcam in and out, and if Meld adapts to it. So this is going to be the testbed stream for that. So Zone 4 Apophis or something is now accessible via the mission terminal. Forge power new weapons upgrades. Alright, Forges power for Zone 4. Right, cool.
I'm going to tear those robo bastards apart. Comfy. Hey, it's a jukebox. Wonder what it plays.
So yeah, hopefully this will get sent out to people that I'm online in a moment. I think there's still some challenges, yeah, I haven't done in some of the zones. Right, let's try Zone 4 then. And we'll put it on easy because I haven't completed it yet, and it's normally each zone's harder than the last zone. I haven't played this in a while either, so I need to get good at playing again. And yeah, apologies for sneezing and whatever. Oh, of course, it actually puts you in like a cave or whatever for not docked on the space station, so that's kind of a nice bit of attention to detail. Ah, cool. What have you got coming in terms of surplus? Oh yeah, so rather than being docked at the airlock, you're actually like landed in a cave. That's pretty cool. What's this over here then? Anything of interest? I always wonder with stuff like this, they've got a little hidden Easter egg behind it. But yes, probably adjust my mouse sensitivity in a second. Alright, Rajiv. I'm not bothering with a webcam today because I just wanted to see today how well Meld, if you just unplug a webcam, does a stream without you having to mess with settings. And I think by the look of it, I don't have to actually do anything. You know, when the webcam's unplugged, it just doesn't have a black box in the corner. I think it's just got the full screen, so that seems quite good.
There. That ought to keep them safe. At least until I can figure out what's going on. Hello again, mystery girl, whose relation to me is both important, but also completely unknown. Okay, Mr. CEO. I'd better get a nice fat bonus after all this.
Oh, very nice. So actually a live firearm, yeah. So what's the FFL? Something to do with firearms? Have a look on IMDb, Rajiv. I played this before, but yeah, the voice does sound familiar.
Could really use your help, brother. Wish I knew how to wake you up. It's not like the colony ship. These are just machines. At least they're not made out of people this time. Small victories.
Like I said, what I've got, and yeah, it's definitely not showing the webcam, is it? Because it's not plugged in, so I don't have to worry about getting a strike for this. Like I said, picked up, swapped with a mate, an airsoft gas blowback Browning high power. And I like the high power ergonomics a lot more than the CZ75, even though the CZ75 is like an improved high power. I do like the switch sort of like positions on the old high power design more. A couple of bits, like I was saying, I traded that pistol for the other pistol because one of my mates, I don't think, could afford to buy that particular CZ75. But, you know, he didn't mind trading another sort of very similar quality metal blowback pistol. And again, I like high powers more than CZ75, so...
At least until I can figure out what to do with him.
I'll do a video on it probably tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, I love high powers. Again, single action only, not double action. Single action like the CZ75, but it's good fun. So yeah, I've got 2 spare mags for it, I think, as well.
There you go, Mina. Safe
so,
and sound. You'll be posting
like I said, I'll have to
selfies
probably
again in
put
no
some
time.
Is that the ship?
What the hell is that sound? Comms? Oh, shit!
That's it. Oh, that's exit mission up here. Oh, I see, it's like getting back to my own ship. Right, yeah, I need to turn sensitivity down a bit while I think of it. Oh, is it not in 4K? It probably is in 4K. It's probably just a case that because of it doing upscaling or whatever, it doesn't say it's 4K. Anyway, it should be 4K. Controls, mouse sensitivity. Let's turn that down to about 8 and see how that is. Yeah, should be right. Yeah, again, John, yeah, that's, again, there's problems with the USA, but I'm never going to complain about the First or Second Amendment, because, again, yeah, the rights for you to be able to own arms and speak your mind, and in theory be legally protected for speaking your mind, is not something we have in the UK anymore. Because, again, when they got rid of our equivalent of the Second Amendment in the UK, didn't take them long, did it, to come after free speech as well? Okay, where do I go to actually start? Is it something to do with this hatch?
Goddamn machines have taken over. Haven't found anyone alive yet. There's gotta be a resistance or something, right?
Maybe I do have to go this way.
Message came in an hour ago.
ISSX, this is Talon.
Ah, so there's a film with a similar premises there as well, Raju.
ISSX 13-7, do you copy? Son of a bitch. Come on, you bastard! To any other Talon, this is 13-7. I'm on Apophis. I have information vital to Earth's survival. Need extraction. Is anyone out there?
Oh shit. Okay, change of plans, Planty.
Similar in this, it's like where you're on like a space station / big ship, and they've done like the System Shock thing. It's kind of a rip-off of System Shock, where you know, like humans have been like biomechanically engineered by an AI into like horrible like mutant creatures, like cyborg kind of things. Yeah, I think I'm subbed to you, John. I'm sure I am, but if not, remind me again, and I'll send you a sub.
Or how to fly. Guess it's all on you, autopilot.
It says Prelude, so I'm assuming there's more missions to this. I'm going to be a bit annoyed if they announce there was the DLC and that's the one bit of it where you just turn up and say, oh hello, I've got a radio comm thing.
Can't smell shit with this helmet on.
So Zone 4. Oh, I see, then I start distress call. So Prelude was just a thing announcing it was a thing. Oh, there's a radiation mechanic now, okay. 30% radiation damage. Radiation damage applies. Irradiate, increasing weak point damage against target by 15% for 6 seconds. Or is that a crossbow as well we unlock? So this is very haram for the UK government. We've got radiation and crossbows, two things I like. Like I said, I'm going to play on adventure because I've not played these missions before, so I have no fucking clue what the level layouts are like and whatever else. Did anybody who follows the UK stuff see what happened to the guy on Black Belt Barrister's channel? That's the latest person to be purged for
that must be it. Apophis.
You know, saying something barely offensive, but has now ended up here being dragged before the police and everything. So basically, I'll repeat it because they can come after me if they want, because you know, this is just getting stupid now. So apparently, it was some guy at a uni party type thing. And he said to somebody, like they had what they call kafir, like the Arab like headdresser things on, like you've got a tea towel, and that's an old British joke that, you know, the Arab headdresses look like a fucking tea towel. He said that to somebody or something, and that got him arrested under this fucking like nightmare scenario we're in now of, you know, people running to the pigs every time you say something slightly offensive to anybody.
Looks abandoned.
I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb as well, I think about it, so it doesn't keep going off when I'm in game. Yeah, exactly, John, but like I said, this is why you have to defend the First and Second Amendment, because this is what they'll do to you eventually. Like I said, they never stop at the one thing they claim, oh yeah, you haven't spammed me on Muse yet. Yeah, I was going to say they haven't, what's the word for it? Yeah, that's the thing, they never stop at the one thing, John. They basically carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on. Oh yeah, you start off with stout, don't ruin each thing in this. So let's get the room layout.
Wonder what this one says.
Right, this knife, middle mouse button in this. Now it's full of mouse break, I guess. Shifts like do that like little run thing, isn't it? Choose grenade. Right, so I remember how this game plays, so assuming it plays in a similar way, you sort of, once you clear a room, you go to the next room and there's a reward for each room. Yeah, exactly, John, this is the thing, it's easier, isn't it, to persecute people, do horrible things to them if they're not armed. Okay, there's still an armed enemy left. Again, every horrible regime in history. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me I own Stellar Blade, Rajiv. Again, that's one of the ones I'm going to play when I finish maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance off, because I don't like starting new games and I'm partway through other games. But, yeah, regarding, like, you know, like the persecution and things like that, nearly every nasty regime in history starts off with, like, restricting gun rights and things like that, because it's then much easier for the stormtroopers to come for people when they're not armed. So the Rampage is the best choice of those, without looking very thoroughly.
Yeah, not creepy at all.
Oh, this would be, I still have a pistol or not, man. I'll swap my pistol. I can't remember if you can have secondaries as well as primaries in it, or it's just primaries and a knife. Okay, so what are the one options we've got? Let's do ammo, because I like having a massive magazine.
Everywhere. How did it get this bad?
That just doesn't go anywhere. Space. Spice? Yeah, 50 ammo damage by enemies. Yeah, let's do that one because I've got shotgun and that kind of goes with my playstyle. So this is a new thing, Nanite Forge, right? What does this do? So it's just even more perks you can apply to something. Can't afford any of those, but I am interested. What's down this event thing then?
What's up there?
It's like a jumping person. Oh, that's good that you all helped your mate out or whatever.
Maybe this log has some answers. Probably not, though.
There's just some freebies up here in a log, yeah. Right, okay, that's right. Let's carry on to whatever I was doing before, actually playing the main bit of the game. Yeah, again, Waco, like I said, even if you don't like the Branch Davidians, the government murdered their fucking kids, didn't it? Drove the vehicles over the escape routes, rammed into the thing, set the building on fire, all because of maybe not paid taxes. Yeah, I didn't know about that, but it doesn't surprise me, John. I'm sure there's a thing like that in the UK where, you know, the police's top priority isn't protecting people. Let's do the health one because I can't remember which perks I like in this and I haven't played it in ages. Alright, I'll say hello properly in the second fight, sorry, when I'm not getting killed by these monsters in this room. I might run to the toilet quick in a second as well once I clear this room before joining in chat with everybody properly.
Interesting.
Yeah, Hype, with that, I'll speak about it properly in a moment. That's not mine to own yet, even I think none of my relatives have an objection to me owning it. It's, no, Dead Zone Rogue it's called. But yeah, it's a case that I think at the moment, because of like legal stuff, we're not allowed to remove certain documents like that from his house. I was able to go through all of them and photograph them, but we can't remove them yet. But I don't think any of my relatives have an objection to me being the one that owns them. But what I want to do, and I think one of my other relatives wants to do, is scan all those photos in properly and like digitize them. You know, with like high resolution scans of any of the... There are some negatives in there when you're asking about negatives, but not sadly of any of the World War II pictures. He's got negatives from like the 60s of some of his photos, but not from World War II, because I guess they were all just taking stuff on a camera at the time and then handing the photos out to each other. Yeah, cheers. The dog tags. Did I send you the picture of the dog tags in there? They were interesting because his dog tags are in there, but they're the shitty old British World War II asbestos ones. Basically they're really hard to read even though his haven't been damaged, because that was the problem with the British ones. They were very, very easy to deteriorate. So his ones, you have to put at just the right angle, just the right lighting to see the imprints on them. But if you, I'll get the pictures up again in a second, so I can just Alt-Tab and get them up. But yeah, the problem is with his ones as well, is that, like I said, it's the same problem lots of British ones have, that over time, you know, I guess the top layer of the asbestos rubs off, so the imprints are nowhere near as obvious. Right, I'm just going to run to the toilet and then we'll carry on about this. So, one moment. Right, back. Yeah, we might do it at some point, but like I said, that'll be a bit down the line if we're scanning any negatives in. The stream might not be frozen for you, sorry, Brown Streak. It might just be a case because, like I said, oh, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, okay, YouTube is complaining as well. Yeah, the colourful tablet. So yeah, if I just get the folder up, 1 second. Right, so here we go. It's this folder. I won't show you his vintage porn. I also took some photos of when I was looking through his stuff. The negs are just like the negatives are some of his like family pictures, just from like the 50s and 60s. So yeah, these are World War II dog tags, British ones. So from that angle, you can just about read it. Look, so where it says like Williams around the outside there. CE is Church of England, because British dog tags had your religion on, which was not good if you were Jewish and captured by the Germans. That was a thing. And yeah, so there's his serial number. It's 4567478. I know that because I've been looking at it up enough times where I've been trying to look up digital records I don't have to pay for. But yeah, like I said, British dog tags are famous for being shit. That's asbestos they're made out of. So they're meant to both be duplicates of each other, just one's a circular one, one's like a whatever guitar puck shaped one. And the point is with those, I think like other dog tags, is you ripped one from the body to like register the death and you left one on the body. But like I said, thankfully he survived. It was only this year he died, so that's the medal ribbons. Were you a Mennonite Brown Streak or was that a mistake? The Falling Apart Paybook. I didn't take pictures of every page of that, but if I scan it in, I will scan in every page. Again, some of that was blank. There was his vaccine record. So T-Tox, I was saying about this to Hype earlier. That was, oh, what did I say that was? The one that you get from rusty metal. Tetanus. Yeah, so T-Tox is tetanus. Tab is not tuberculosis, which I thought it would have been. Tab is a similar thing to typhus. I think it's typhoid fever and several varieties, like combination vaccine. Ah, okay, that's probably why they had it on your records or whatever. So yeah, he just had loads of typhus and not tuberculosis, sorry, like I said, typhoid fever and again, tetanus. Keep forgetting the word for it, the one where if you get rusty metal. Like I said, there's a load of the old pictures in that tin. Like I said, I'll scan all those in properly at some point when I can actually get hold of them myself. Like I said, there's the actual medals that the little ribbons in the tin were the But yeah, like I was saying, the weird thing is that I might have to contact some museums about. So RALAA, so Royal Artillery Light Anti-Aircraft, is, from what I understand, LAA stands for, because he was apparently in 22 LAA. But why that's weird is when I look, every time I look up 22 LAA online, 22 LAA was not involved in any of the stuff he was involved in. Different guns, they were on Bofors, not 25 pounders and 17 pounders. And not in France, you know, Netherlands, Germany. They were like North Africa, Sicily, Italy. Right, Scott? So yeah, so I'm going to have to probably maybe try and contact some museums and all the stuff like that. Again, now he's dead, I think we can request his full records from the government, but they might take about a year to get through. Right, I think the guy in the sailor outfit there is his oldest brother Douglas, who was Merchant Marine. I think they're his brothers photographed there. At various things. Oh yeah, the negatives are in this one, in that Kodak wallet. Yeah, it could be transfer of unit, or units went to train somewhere and then they were transferred. Could be definitely stuff like that. Again, like I said, it's really hard to know, but the best thing to do if I want to try and do it without paying loads of money might be to email some historians for the Royal Artillery and see if they can give me more details. Because again, I think if you're going after genuine like family stuff and you can share stuff with them, they're probably quite interested in helping you as opposed to like stupid general inquiries. This is all stuff post-war where they were just stationed in places in Germany. I think I was saying yesterday, there's a couple of them where they're pictured with a little boy, and I think that's probably like a family member of one of the Germans they were staying with. Yeah, so like this, like little boy on a tricycle there. I don't know if all the negatives hype, sadly, are as big as that folder. I think that was just a generic folder. So I'm assuming that boy there, that man there, and I think there was another one where they're holding the boy. Not in those. That's my grandma in all of those, so that's not related. Those are post-war, like holiday ones. Seeing if I can find out one of that boy again. So I remember it being in all these ones I looked through. Yeah, there, look. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my granddad on the left there, because he looks a lot like my cousin does now. Oh, you got an M1 Garand, you just have to repair the wood on it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm assuming that boy there is some German boy with the family they were staying with. Because obviously he didn't demobilise until 1947 when I was looking at his documents. So for like 2 years they were in like Hamburg and Kusun or something it was called. When I looked it up, it's near not Norway, I think it was Denmark. When I was looking through these. Yeah, exactly, Rajiv. This is the thing, because a lot of this stuff is just lost to time now, sadly, where, you know, that generation of people have died off, and World War II now is forgotten. That's why I said that's why I want to digitise a lot of this. Because, see, the good thing is he actually wrote on the back of his photos where some of them were taken. So, Husum, or whatever it is, which is apparently near Denmark. That's Hamburg, that one, I think it said. Yeah, Hamburg, June 1947, so that had been just before he got sent back. So like I said, a lot of these are post-war ones where they're just sat around. Again, I think that's going to be him on the left, it looks like. Yeah, like I said, 25 pounder. Pretty sure it's a 25, not a 17 pounder from the back. Most of the pictures are of 25 pounders. Yeah. That was the one in his funeral booklet, that one. Yeah, artillery crew. And again, he's bottom left, because I can say, like I said, the reason I can tell that easily is because of how much he looks like my cousin does now. which is the weird thing. Like, as he got older, he didn't look as much like that, but the sharper facial features, I can see that a lot in, yeah, I'll definitely have to see about it, but like I said, I can't legally take them yet, Hype. I'll have to wait. I'll go back to the game now, but yeah. But like I was saying, all of his stuff there says 22 LAA, but that doesn't make sense from the historical record. So like I said, I'll have to try and contact... right, yeah, because like I said, my granddad was born in 1925, so yeah. Yeah, I was holding some of them up to the light the other day to have a look at them. But yeah, I did take a picture of this one. So for you interested, my granddad's the one on the right. This is where some of his siblings were still alive. Frail one there. That was, I think, Gordon, who passed away the longest ago out of all of those lot. Actually, saying that, Joan, his sister, next to him there, she might have died before Gordon. I can't remember now. Graham is the one in the middle. He was younger than my granddad, but sadly he had a fall and like a stroke before my granddad. Otherwise he'd have probably outlived my granddad, because he used to ride a motorbike even when he was like in his 80s or whatever. But then, you know, like I said, sadly deteriorated quite quickly when he went. And like I said, my granddad there, he was older than some of the others, but like I said, it was just lucky with his health. And that on the left, I think, was Cousin Frank, who was... again, I don't wish any bad stuff towards his memory and anything, but he was like the Christian equivalent of, you know, a fundamentalist Muslim, you know, with all of the don't like the gays, they should be put to death and all this. So no disrespect to him now, may he rest in peace, but I do not agree with those politics. Even if he's technically the same religion as me, I don't like politics like that from any religion. I just think they're bad, you know, when you other people and all that. And again, I don't think that's what Jesus would want either if you were a Christian. I don't think that's... Because again, he was one of those Baptist-type Christians.
13-7 ship. Not a soft landing.
Some sort of weird walker. Oh, is that a rifle? I'll take that. Oh, LMG is it? Oh.
Uh, 13-7's plenty. No. Huh. Log says she crash landed here before the trouble on the ISSX. Hope she's still okay. Shit. Entire cloning bay is gone. She better not have died yet.
Yeah, the soundtrack's really good. Annoyingly, the OG version of this track isn't available, because I did ask the devs about that. And apparently it's because the very old version of this track was one where it was like loads and loads of little stings that the game would compile together. But the old version of this track I really liked as well, where sometimes it'd be a load more ambient and it would ramp up depending on how many enemies were on screen. But yeah, this game does have a good soundtrack. It's very synth-wavy, sort of... Still only gives you just generic weapon damage.
This is Talon 13-7 of the ISSX colony mission. I'm leaving this recording in case I don't make it. I crash landed on Apophis.
Oh, let's get the good
automated
axe.
dock workers are killing everyone.
Oh, I can't afford the Space
jammed.
M14.
I'm trying to work my way to the large antenna array, which I hope can break through the interference.
She made it to the comms array. That's how she contacted me. Okay.
I think this is still relatively cheap. And this is, funnily enough, a game where the people like, oh, the devs will abandon this before it even gets finished, and now they've finished it and doing free DLC. So I guess those people have egg on their face. I think it's because they worked on a previous game or something that, although it technically got finished, you know, didn't get all the DLC promised or something. So, this game was always that one. Shoot bastards. Oh, it's on sale for £12.99. That's a really good price for it, to be honest. This is very fun and replayable because it's slightly randomised each time you do a level. My rampage is better. Right, let's take the better grenade though. But yeah, this does sound really nice on the DAC hype you sent me. Although I might have to boost the bass a bit when I next play this, because I remember on one of the older DACs I had, it sounded slightly better on that, I think, but just because the bass was boosted up a bit. Again, I could just manually boost the bass on this. I do have a program running, I think, even at the moment. I always minimise. Hang on. Is it called something like Peter's Audio? Don't know if I've got a thing for it now. Peter's. I thought I had a thing called like Peter's Audio thing that was. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that piece. Yeah, Peter's Equalizer. I do have bass boost on. I don't know if that's. Just a bit back on that custom one I had it on before. Set it to that again. I might have to turn the DAC up at some point and play about with it, because I do remember the bass and all that sounded really good in this when it was tuned just right. Oh, it's got rid of my pinned thing. Hang on. Is that pinned still? Set top opacity, yeah. Some of those mobile little shield units. Cascade. That's pretty damn good. Although that sounds good. I think that's a new perk. Chromatic Cells, 30% elemental damage. Applying an elemental debuff has a 30% chance to apply additional. Yeah, let's do that one. I'll try that one out. Grenade Cascade is good though.
Comms relay, just like Seven said there'd be. There should be a control booth somewhere.
The guy in this sounds a bit like Duke Nukem. I don't think it's John St. John, is it, doing the voice? But it does sound a bit like Duke Nukem, actually, now thinking of the voice. It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck. I've got balls of steel. Get off the vent or I'll have you bent. Hey, what are these guys got going on then? Some of them, oh, that didn't last immune for long, did it?
Show a massive This is where Seven sent her distress call, all right. Hours ago. But she could still be alive. I need to keep searching.
I'll have to try caffeine gum. I've heard good things about it, but never really tried it myself. I like nicotine gum. and like nicotine lozenges or whatever they're called. I got some on my desk right now, but haven't tried caffeine gum before. Oh, I like lava lamps. Although it's technically called an astro lamp, the original invention made by Mathmos in Britain. Oh, Duke Smooch in 3D, is that like a fan thing? Yeah, a bit of the Panzer chocolate, yeah? Yeah, I don't know actually much about it. I'll have to look into it. It's a shame if it's not getting any updates, though. Oh, there's a max all button there. Okay.
Into the mines we go. I'm sure there won't be any giant drills trying to kill me.
What sort of painkillers? Opioids? Or, aspirin? Ibuprofen? Paracetamol, which you call Tylenol in the Americas, yeah? Personally, I'm a fan of opioids, because they make you feel good as well as getting rid of pain. So you've also got benzos as well, but that wouldn't be very good for the height. Just ibuprofen, yeah. Ibuprofen, as Mike calls it. Problem with ibuprofen and aspirin for me is they're good painkillers because I've got colitis. They increase the bleeding in my stomach and therefore cause me lots of stomach issues. Whereas, funny enough, for me, opioids are the safest thing. Although I have to be careful of toxic megacolon, obviously, of opioids, because one of the dangers with opioids is that you get the Elvis problem, that it totally blocks you up and then you essentially die from your guts rupturing due to shit because of what opioids do to your insides. But otherwise, they're pretty damn good shit. Matt Hancock. Oh, is that what it's called? Smooch? Yeah, Hancock that was having the affair during COVID. Now, that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Iridescent channeling, eh? Secondary perk. 20% elemental damage. Applying let's do that. Let's just keep buffing my elemental damage. By the way, for the people wondering, I'm playing this on the easiest difficulty, so it's not that difficult, but the game's still quite good if you're like, especially on the harder difficulties, you have to get really fucking good at dodging in this. It's very much a get good, like, you know, Dark Souls style, because that shifting is a bit like a Dark Souls roll, where you have to, you know, get good at it at the right times to, soundtrack in this as well reminds me a bit of Jazz Jackrabbit 2, which is a great soundtrack. Ever listen to that one, Rajiv? But there's a guy on YouTube who's done some really good guitar covers of all the tracks from that. Smelling salts, I got some of those on my desk. Funnily enough, 20% stagger chance, but you know about that because it's using the gas masks. Alright, I'll try and remember to link you after this on Steam. But yeah, there's a guy who's done some really good covers of the Jazz Jackrabbit 2 soundtrack. And again, a bit like Time Splitters, because the missions are kind of parodying different games, they're different like musical genres for different missions. Yeah, so it was one of Epic's oldest games, wasn't it, Jazz Jackrabbit? But Jazz Jackrabbit 2 is the one with the much better gameplay and the much better soundtrack. I've got Jackrabbit 1 on DOS on the 3.1, but that's probably in the attic. But Jackrabbit 2, I think, had a Steam release. Hang on, I'm just going to alt-tab and check. I'm pretty certain that I actually bought that on Steam. Oh, is it not Jazz Jack? Was it GOG then, maybe I got it? Hang on. No, we were just talking about painkillers. Yeah, so Jazz Jackrabbit 2 never came on Steam then. That's weird, I thought I owned it on Steam. Maybe it is GOG. Hang on, do I have my GOG logged in? I will have a look at this now. I swear I had like a modern digital version of Jazz Jackrabbits. How do I look at the games I actually own here? Owned games. Ah, yeah, look, it's on GOG. I own them. Yeah, I have to reinstall that and replay through Jazz 2. It's fucking good fun, Jazz. And like I said, the soundtrack's amazing. But yeah, no, so it was, but yeah, Epic, before they did all the stuff like Unreal and Gears of War, did Jazz Jackrabbit. It's kind of like Sonic with guns, basically, where you're like these meffed up rabbits.
Looks like a forge. Guess they smelt the ore to make shipping easier.
Right, if I remember right, these are really fucking annoying enemies like Kanko Demons from Doom. So let's deal with these guys first. Yeah, it's like a nerdy tortoise, the enemy in it. Yeah, again, Watership Down, kids might have learned the hard way about rabbits. Again, I've got a lot of experience working with rabbits, used to have pet rabbits, do rabbit care with a Blue Cross. And yeah, rabbits can literally... Rabbits are a prey animal, but they can get very, very violent, and they've got very nasty teeth for a prey animal. They're also very rapey as well. That's another thing with rabbits. The males... Well, sometimes you get a dom female as well, but yeah, they're not. They're quite high maintenance, hard to look after animals, which is part of the problem you get with them with animal rescue centres. That, you know, you get people that get a rabbit thinking it's a very nice, kid-friendly, easy pet, and they're often not. Yeah, like I said, my rabbits, when I had them, were really nice pets. So I had one called... Both of them were rescue rabbits. We had one called Peter, as in Peter Rabbit. And he was a brown... I'm trying to think. He's like the very generic type of rabbit. I can't think of the name of the species because it's the really generic one, as opposed to like the other breeds. And then I had Tinkerbell, which is a rescue from the Blue Cross, which we bonded together. But it took like a year of bonding them where he just didn't like flat out want to rape her non-stop. To the point they actually, you know, were they got on with each other. And she was one where like some bastard chucked loads of rabbits in a bin bag and just dumped them all to die, and she was one of the few surviving ones out of that bin bag. And she was a little Neverland dwarf, but again, Neverland dwarfs can be quite nasty. And yeah, they were really nice pets for a couple of years, but again, you had to get used to having them. But Peter was one of those ones that would aggressively paw at you like a dog to get scratches and attention. And if you stopped, he'd get very aggressive with you. I know Buc-ee's is in the Texas, like, petrol station thing, the beaver on it. No, I don't know Buckingham. So this is just where you use surplus money to upgrade these. Isn't Chrono Trigger a game? Oh, so one of the enemies in the ceiling. Oh shit. Getting a bit wrecked now. Oh, it's like those little wall turret things. But yeah, there is a load in the ceiling down there. Oh shit, God's telling me there's an update. No, I don't. Update later. Fuck off, God, go. I was just looking at Chaz Jack Rabbit on you, I don't want to. Yeah, it's probably all like Easter egg references of a lot of the names in this project. Yeah, again, like I said, it's one of those weird animals, isn't it? Because they look fluffy and cute, where people assume like they will be, but they're very, very strange animals in terms of like their actual social behaviours. There's still an enemy hiding around the back side of this place. Yeah, never played Chrono Trigger. I think I might know some of the music from it, weirdly enough. Just where that's been like put in other things, you know, but I didn't want to reload it. People used to, like my granddad's generation used to do it a lot. But because it's much, much harder to shoot on land now, a lot less people actually shoot rabbits and eat them, even though, like, you know, they're a pest animal. Like, rabbit farming isn't really a thing here, and I don't like the idea of... Like, again, a lot of animals I don't like the idea of farming, but I don't mind people eating them as a pest animal, if that makes sense. But yeah, so, like, yeah, I do like the taste of rabbit, and like I said, I don't have any objection if they're wild animals destroying farmers' fields and it's population control, people shooting them with, like, air rifles or rifles to eat them there. But yeah, it's not so much a popular thing in Britain anymore, as it used to be. Like I said, my granddad's generation, they used to ferret rabbits. You know, you'd have a pet ferret, and you'd put it down the rabbit hole to force out the rabbits. So it's one of those things, like I said, it's more of a generational thing, I think, where it's sort of died out. And again, like I said, because gun culture isn't such a thing in the UK as it used to be, and, you know, lots of farms aren't locally owned, you don't have farmers saying to people, you know, come and hunt any of the pest animals on my land and, you know, feel free to eat them. That's just something that's died off, unfortunately. So again, yeah, like I said, it's just, again, like we were saying, when gun cultures get destroyed. Yeah, I know people have had pet ferrets. Like I said, that was the thing my granddad used to have as a pet ferret, because of the fact that it was a good working animal, that he used them to flush rabbits. Like I said, he was essentially an illiterate farmer. Obviously, he was taught to read and write, but he came from a massive farming family in bumfuck nowhere, essentially. So, with his family sort of thing, it was, you had to know how to use guns, use snares, all that sort of thing. And that's just, again, something that just does not exist in Britain anymore. The idea of like peasant-style families that can do everything for themselves, you know, and all that sort of thing. Because again, modern society, you don't need that, but it's a shame. But again, modern governments don't want self-sufficient people like that. Oh. I've got a... Oh, it's just a bit latency, good. Yeah, there's a thing called rabbit starvation because it's so high in protein. So it'd be amazing muscle building meat, but yeah, people starve to death eating rabbit. It's called rabbit starvation because yeah, it's very, very high in protein, very lean, like no fat. So yeah, it's literally called rabbit starvation. I think there's a couple of other animals that do that as well to the human body. But yeah, you can't survive on a diet of rabbit alone. Apparently that's the thing that gets loads of survivalists. They don't know that. But yeah. Rabbit starvation it's called because basically the meat is so high in protein, so low in fat and everything, the body uses more energy essentially digesting it than it does replacing stuff from it. Duck's good if you want like more fattier like meat you can poach essentially, that's better for human body. Like I said, so I imagine a rabbit's very good if you're doing weightlifting and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the funny thing of rabbit is like you keep seeing like survivalist type people go, you know, I'm just gonna go in the countryside, kill loads of rabbits, and then that will do me our family. It's like, no, you starve to death. Rabbit's good on the side of other stuff for the protein, but you can't survive on it. Maybe you could with like potatoes and starchy food or something. I'll have to see if I can find something like that here, because like I said, sadly, Hype, it's harder to eat rabbit here now. But like I said, I don't like the idea of rabbits being farmed like lots of animals. I'd rather they were just, you know, killed for pest control and then the meat came from that. But like I said, it's just one of those sort of things where I think rabbit as a meat source pretty much in Britain's died out full stop. I have never tried snail, and I don't think I'd want to. I know slugs can kill you via parasites, because that happened to some rugby player. He ate like a slug for a day, and it put him in a coma and killed him or something. It sounds very French to me, Rajiv. I don't think that sounds good at all. Yeah, again, like I said, this is why air rifles used to be really popular in Britain. Was because obviously we used to have a firearms culture in this country that got wiped out, and like I said, air rifles, I've still got air rifles, but the suppressed air rifles stuck around because they were good as just cheap pest control guns. But again, I bet our politicians want to get rid of all air rifles of all powers now, because at the moment it's air rifles over 12 foot-pounds are need to be registered as a firearm, but if they're less powerful than that, you can own them like I do, just with ID. But again, like crossbows, I reckon I'll try and get rid of that eventually. But again, suppressed air rifles are very, very quiet, aren't they? They're great as little plinking and, like you were saying, like pest control guns. Yeah, with some shielded enemies, you can kill her with an impact grenade. I think I've had ostrich and kangaroo before, I think. Or it might have been emu and kangaroo, can't remember, but they were quite nice. Because sharks are mammals, aren't they? Technically not fish, like dolphins, if I remember right. Or maybe they are fish, maybe I'm getting that wrong. No, I think sharks are fish, aren't they? It's just dolphins that are mammals. Are whales mammals? I can't remember either. Well, we have a lot of an Indian immigrant community in Bangladeshi as well that do lots of that food. Again, you get stuff like with Chinese that's altered to the British palate, like chicken tikka masala, but then you get genuine Indian food as well, like Bangladeshi food and that. And yeah, generally very good. But yeah, as Rajiv says, British Indian, it's like the Chinese food. It's focused on a different palate, basically. It's very, very good food, though. I fucking love Indian and Bangladeshi food over here, but yeah, again, there are probably places that do the genuine food, but like I said, but again, it's still very, very good food. Reindeer was one of the tastiest meats I ever ate, in personal opinion. Had reindeer when I was in Finland, and that was fucking delicious, reindeer.
Oh god. I found something. I still can't make sense of it. Wait!
Yeah, but again, there's a difference, isn't there, between a good tikka masala and a cheap one? Because I've got loads of canned tikka masala, which is alright. But again, any of the Indian restaurants locally that I've been to do way, way better tikka masala. So, for example, when you get tikka masala from a lot of the Indian restaurants, the Bangladeshi restaurants, it's normally like very, very red with like white yogurty type stuff, cream on it that you mix in. When you get it canned, it's just a very, very orange colour. I really like deer and venison personally, but I haven't had it many times. Yeah, again, that's the thing in the UK, you can generally find lots of different cultures of food to, you know. Yeah, and again, I've had Chinese that's both more like proper Chinese food, or, you know, most of the time it's the British, like we were saying, with the Indian, like, palatized Chinese food, but both still popular. Today, a bit of rain, otherwise alright. But I've been in most of the day today, to be all honesty. But yeah, it's getting sunnier and nicer. Looks a bit like a London Underground map, doesn't it, Matt? I love the smell of what they call petricot, when you have the rain after you haven't had rain for a few days. And you get that lovely ozony petricot smell when it hits the soil and the concrete.
That? It looks like some kind of vault door. That can't be part of the mining operation. Holy shit.
Oh, it's marble.
Gotta be honest.
Like a nice,
I was expecting more tentacle hallways or pits of dead bodies, not whatever this is.
So we've got like guys in masks. Yeah, what the fuck is this? This is totally out of left centre for this game now. That's cool. Got some Art Deco-y looking yeah, well, maybe I'm being invited in. Who knows? Let's just swap that for that one now. Oh, level 10. That's for that grenade. But yeah, I'm assuming I'm just going to double check in meld, but or look at the YouTube live stream. Yeah, good, it shows full screen, doesn't it? Because like I was saying, that's the... Because I wasn't trying a webcam on today's one. I wanted to see if I had a black square in the bottom. But unlike OBS, when you've not got a webcam plugged into meld, the cool thing with meld seems that it just like makes the entire screen visible. You know, if there's an overlay not working, it doesn't have a broken overlay box. It just literally lets you do it without it. Basically, I just didn't want to bother sitting up and looking into the webcam today. So that's the only reason I'm not doing a webcam one today. Not anything, you know, interesting or conspiratorial. I just was like, I'll just try it without it today and see how the streaming software works, where I've set it up for a webcam but then not use a webcam. Blood Chemist is pretty good.
How the hell hell was this built under a mine without anyone knowing?
It's probably like Epstein Island. Oh yeah, out of the old Batman films, I watched Batman Returns the other day. So if I decide to watch it, Batman and Robin is the next one to watch. Although, if I remember, that isn't as bad as I remember it being. You know, it's one of those ones that has a reputation of being an absolutely awful film, but it's probably not that bad in reality. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! But again, the problem with any of the Batman films aren't Batman 1989. When I'm watching them, I wish I was watching Batman 1989. Oh, I downloaded the 35mm of that the other day. Yeah, Adam West Batman is good. Again, I don't dislike the Nolan Batmans. But again, every time I'm not watching Batman 1989, I wish I'm watching Batman 89. Yeah, exactly, I'm mentioning 89. Again, guy who did the scale models on that was a guy that worked with Jerry Anderson that did all the Thunderbird stuff. So the scale models are great, the map paintings are great. Of course, what's his name? Jack Nicholson's fucking great in it. And again, it's got the noir look to it because it's based off of the Golden Age comics. And again, where people are like, Batman doesn't kill people. Technically, in the first couple of years of the comics, Batman killed people anyway. So that's not even an inaccuracy in it. It's just based off the really old comics, not the more modernised Batman. Again, yeah, the problem is I don't like Batman when it seems too realistic. The reason I love 89 is it seems to exist in its own, like, alternative reality. You know, where it's like this really grimy, horrible, like, Art Deco kind of different city. And again, I love that in 89, the only person with kind of modern tech is Batman, and everybody else is kind of like a 30s gangster. Like, that just really works for me. But when you make Batman, like... Because again, when Batman seems too realistic, you're kind of like, why doesn't he just use a fucking gun then and just shoot people? Yeah, again, it's because it's an Oscar-winning actor that just went and did a superhero film. Yeah, again, and that's what really annoyed me when I got round to Returns and everything again, is all that is toned down in all the sequels. It's very much just a very generic world when you start getting to the sequels. Whereas with 89, it's this very Art Deco kind of uniquely rapture-y kind of looking version of Gotham.
I should just steal some of these gold skulls and retire.
Oh, I assume when you said sued, you mean used. Yeah, used old broken foot lenses for the Batman, everything is blurry around the corners and everything. There's apparently a 70mm version that now and again turns up at some cinemas in London that's really good to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it at 70mm. I've got the 35mm, like I say, and I pirated the 35mm film rip somebody did. And again, sadly, some of the colours are better in that than the fucking Blu-ray. It's way better than the shitty 4K release of it in teal. But, yeah, like I said, I'll need to get round to watching the old 35mm. Still haven't seen Dune Part 2, because like I said, my favourite Dune is Dune 84. I love David Lynch's Dune for a similar reason to Batman. It's very artistically unique. And I don't mind the flaws of it because of the fact of how weird it is. But I do need to get around to watching, like I said, Dunk Part 2. Because, like I said, I've read the book, you know, I've read the book quite a few times, so it's not like I don't know the source material. I kind of like the sci-fi series for what it is, as we talked about before on here. That's kind of very low budget and shit effects, but at least the sci-fi series is very accurate to the book.
Hey, over here!
I've got one room left after this one. so I'm assuming the enemies are going to get quite tough very soon. If it's using the negatives and they don't fuck with the colour balance and all that, Raju, I'm really hoping that will be good. I want to see that in cinemas, because I really like 77 4K or whatever it's called, you know, where those people got the old 35mm and redid the original trilogy, use that. Yep. Yeah, exactly. If it's better than 4K 77, that would be great. But so far, that's my favourite version of Star Wars, 4K 77. Again, the thing is, with some of the digital shit Lucas did, like the space battles do look better in the more modern versions of Star Wars. Because again, like, it's surprising when you go back how, you know, like, so much of it is, you know, the rear stream projection that doesn't look that good and all that.
Shit, take longer, 10. For God's sake, untie me already. I've lost all feeling at this point. What, did you get hit on the
again,
head?
if it's like that, Rajiv, sounds good.
Body.
Yeah, don't get any ideas.
Yeah, no, it's just that there is nothing to untie.
Huh? What do you... Hey! What... Ah! Son of a bitch! Oh, okay. No worries. When we get back to the ISSX, I'll reintegrate with my real body, and it'll
Alright, cool, Roger.
be fine.
Yeah, about that.
It'll have to wait. There is a goddamn witch in the next room, and we need to kill the shit out of her before she becomes a problem.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Also, I have no idea who you are.
Memory loss? How bad?
Like, all of it.
Oh, shit.
Is that a person? Like a living person?
Yeah, that's the bitch that captured me.
Why? Who the hell is she?
Let's go ask her.
Do I have to kill a duplicate or something before I can kill the main one? Oh shit, there's like these sword people as well coming around. Reminds me a bit of the House of the Dead boss. Okay, even on easy this is quite difficult. I guess, like, you have to know which clone of her is the one flying about doing shit while dealing with all this. Again, this might be a much easier boss on co-op. I can shield it. I have no idea what I'm doing with this boss. Quite similar to Soma as well. I ought to stream Soma at some point, because Soma's a very good story game that was done by the people that did Amnesia, but Soma became nowhere near as popular as Amnesia because it was lot more story-driven, not entirely sort of horror, if that makes sense. I can hurt the main box again. Ooh, shit. Got a shield again. Oh, gold with me. Okay, this is a much better machine gun than my last one. Where's the actual boss then? I'm hoping this is applying like fire damage or something, or I think it is, but it should keep hurting her. Just when I'm not actually hitting her for a few seconds. Like persistent damage or whatever you want to call it. Oh, there we go.
What the hell was that? Humans fighting for the machines?
They seemed fanatical.
Okay, what the hell is going on here? You said you had information vital to Earth's survival.
Yeah, so I crashed here after the failed EMP strikes on Earth.
Failed?
Right, you don't remember. A general AI took control of everything on Earth. Started wiping us out. Governments coordinated a massive EMP strike to try and stop it. They put the whole planet back into the Stone Age. It was desperate, and it failed, and it crashed my ship.
Huh. That was the EMP that hit the ISSX, fried the core. So, how does this damn mine come into it?
It's the data transmissions, and when the miners started being attacked. I think what happened on Earth started here. Look around you. Someone built this gaudy-ass vault in secret. So someone here must have answers about the AI on Earth. This could be our only chance to find out about it. Unfortunately, I was captured before I could learn more.
Okay, so we need to go deeper.
There was another vault door on the way here. We need to get in there. But take me back to your ship first. The power cells in this helmet won't last much longer. You need to plug me in.
Yep, it's as I thought. This asteroid sucks. Maybe I can find a relax. Just gonna take a quick power nap. Keep an eye on the ship for me, Plenty. This shouldn't take long.
So, the ISSX is gone. God, that really blows. Once we're done here, maybe we can figure out how to get me into one of your suits, then figure out what happens next.
What the... Is that some of the biomatter from the ISSX? How the hell did it get on my ship? Whatever. No harm in it anymore. Hopefully not an X. That would be sad if I still kept the photo. Looks like the memory feed is working now, though.
Oh, so there's still more of the main quest. Okay, cool. Because in most of the other missions, they're once you do the main set, they're all like special missions. So that's cool. Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper with the cream soda is really nice. I'm trying to remember the exact name of it, but it's very, very nice. Is what alien? Sorry, Jamel. This game's called Dead Zone Rogue. It's sort of just a rip-off of System Shock and all those sort of things. It's a good, fun first-person shooter.
Miners must have come through here in the hundreds.
It had some updates, so I
Feels
started checking out because I hadn't
depressingly
played it in a while. Root beer float, cool. See if that's a thing that's in the UK. Dead Zone Rogue. So there you go. Dead Zone Rogue. It's like a roguelike game, so each time you play a mission it changes a bit with what weapons you pick up and perks you get and stuff like that. I'm only on easy because I don't even know the layout of these new missions. Or like, you know, the boss types and all that sort of thing. Hello, is this an auto pistol? Oh, burst fire.
This must be where they loaded the heavy freight.
Is that a big shield or something else? shit. These things home in on you. They've got a little kind of Gepardy looking anti-air gun look. Or is that more Tunguska-y looking? I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if Gepard or Tunguska's the one with a little like radar bit on its front bit. Now hip fire I really like. Yeah, let's do hip fire.
Check. Can you hear me, 7?
Loud and clear, 10. Patched through to your helmet's video feed, too.
Call out if you see anything that can help us.
Ooh, the battle rifle, yes please. Oh, it does radiation damage as well. Very nice. Ooh, lifesteal. Okay. Oh, I see those red things damage you when you're in them. Okay. So it's like a damage shield kind of thing. Right. Yeah, right. What do I want? Yeah, let's just do the one where more health an enemy has, the more damage you do. Right, so we don't want to start combat in a red zone, because it means I start taking damage. Although I can re-put the barrels, right? Yeah, 60% damage on enemies beyond 10 meters sounds pretty good, especially as I've got a battle rifle.
Oh, look. Giant pools of acid. Great.
want to swap this for that. We'll swap gloves. Better grenade than my current one. Same damage, but does psychic punch or physic punch, whatever it was called. Right, radiation. Let's try this. So, plus 30% radiation damage. Radiation damage applies irradiate, decreasing weak point damage against the target by 15% for 6 seconds. Yeah, let's try that. That's a shame, Brown Street. Like I said, I don't know much about root beer floats at all.
So, you have no memories of who you are?
Nope. My first memory is loading a pistol and some janitor turned murderbot trying to kill me. Was hoping you could fill me in.
Damn. Sorry, man. We never really met before all of this. You were a victim.
Another area to explore.
Oh, shit. Oh, oh, no, I overshot it. Shit. I almost did that one and I overshot it. I assume they're going to come back down in a minute, yeah. Let's wait till this one's at the very top of however high it's going to go. There we go.
Interesting.
Oh. I suppose if I fall now anyway, I'll just land down there. Oh, managed to do it. Okay. You can, like, I think your, like, shift jump thing does recharge while still using it, but it's harder to recover it once you've done it the first time. Can I afford a medkit? Yeah, good. Right, okay. Oh, I'll have a look at what you said in a second. Sorry, Hype, and I killed the robots that are trying to kill me. You just,
wonder what this one says.
one for to be grateful to the UK. No weird restrictions on thermals and night visions like in France and Germany, when nothing can be head-on weapon mounted. Yeah, because France has that weird military rule that applies to gas masks as well, where it has to technically be a civilian respirator, not any sort of milsurp. Again, sadly, I think if Starmer gets ideas, he'll be like, why do civilians need to have thermal and night vision scopes? There's no reason for that. Only my stormtroopers should have thermal scopes. But, yeah, thankfully at the moment, yeah, you can just buy head-mounted thermals and that. Like I said, there's no restrictions on any type of body armor plates or whatever as well, which is, a thing in loads of other countries. Because apparently that's one of the things that surprises people when I say to them in the UK, yeah, you can own like ceramic plates, ultra molecular weight polyethylene, you know, like steel plates, whatever, various types of Kevlar, no restrictions whatsoever. You can wear it if you want me to, wear it out and about, you know. Yeah, that doesn't mean somebody might not think you're up to no good and call the police, but you can legally own them and legally wear them. Yeah, but again, that's the person owning it being a retard, isn't it? Yeah, again, Poland's great. Poland is a great country. Like I said, I like the Poles a lot because, you know, again, the Poles are very nationalistic as well. And one of the main NATO contributors now, funnily enough, Poland has one of the best armies in all of Europe. And, you know, they easily pay their NATO bill. They don't want to be conquered and subjugated again, so good on them. You know, and again, they have a very good sort of thing of, you know, wanting civilians to learn how to use guns so then they can be useful in the army. Unlike, like I said, in Western countries now where they want you to be as subservient and cuck to the government as possible. Yeah, again, because this is the funny thing is, historically, there was the Soviet-Polish War the Soviets lost. When they won against the Poles in World War II, it was when they came in after the Germans already invaded them up the front. Because again, another thing modern Russia doesn't like people knowing about history is that the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact was a thing. And the Nazis and the Soviets worked together from the start of the war. Which again is one of those convenient bits of history they don't like being remembered, but, you know, that was a thing. And especially not Brown Street modern Russia, where they've already lost nearly all their tank fleet, competent men, everything else. Hopefully it's replaced my primary, yeah. I ought to go to Poland again, because like I said, that was one of my favourite foreign countries I've been to, Poland. Although I think my dad wants to go to Finland next year again, and I think Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and again I haven't been to the Baltics, so I'd like to go to Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia. Because like I said, I haven't been to them full stop, so I'd like to see them. Like I said, Poland is a great country. Again, I like the Czechs as well a lot, because again, Czechs and Poles are very similar. I mean, I don't know if that would offend somebody like Sherlock here, but, well, I'll say, no, we are culturally very different, but to an Englishman, you're very similar. You know, where you're based in Europe and sort of your historical traditions and sort of your ingenuity and all that.
Buddy brought out a mech to... Wait, what the... Is that dude even alive in there?
Was there a corpse in the mech or something? I'll read the comments in a second when I'm not getting murdered by this bot. Annoyingly, he fell apart, so I couldn't see what the corpse looked like in the suit. So yeah, sorry, so I'll go back to your comments. So, you said, Brown Street says his friend has an FN-made AR-15, it's a 14.5-inch barrel. In America, we have a minimum of 16 inches. Is that somebody that's not in America, then, that owns that? But, yeah. And Sherlock says, I love Czech definition of a long gun. long gun is a gun that isn't short. Yeah, that's a good one for it, isn't it? Compared to a carbine or whatever else, a long gun is a long gun.
Bastard.
It's not
Unlucky
short.
place to be when the AI took over.
Now do I have to upgrade those before I can put the blessings on them, or can blessings only go on main guns? So it says blessing charges expended, rerolls are free. So how do I put the blessing on it? I don't know, maybe it has to be done later on in the map or something.
Pretty sure I hate mines.
So what, are you
Mines,
legally allowed to build a
unrelated.
shorter one then, but just not buy them like that, or what? Or is it just the thing of foreign countries can have shorter ones, but not America or whatever? I'm getting a bit confused now. Probably overthinking what you're saying. But...
I feel bad for whoever wrote this.
I think late guns stack 2 elemental debuffs, that's quite good. Shit.
Let's take a look.
Collapsible stock as in folding stock, or like the telescopic type ones that collapse into the back of it?
Mother of God. That is a lot of explosives.
Alright, telescopic, cool. Is that because of the gas tube coming back through the stock on AR style rifles? Because ARs have that kind of like gas buffer, don't they? Which is why they can't have a folding stock, like a full-on folding stock. At least the AR-15. I know there's like, is it something 300 that had like was an AR with a collapsing stock, like fully collapsing? But because I know ARs have that kind of like buffer, don't they, where you can't
seen a lot.
But your memory only goes back a few days?
Yeah.
Okay, can I do the... Oh, I swapped this pistol to this, didn't I? I don't want to run into that red earthy zone. Oh yeah, like, I don't know, that was a common thing with fouls as well, where you'd overgas them, because obviously, yeah, they kick a bit harder, but it means that if there's shit that gets in the mechanism, it works better. Alright, Kevin? I suppose they have a bit of recall, Sherlock, but yeah, but you mean in terms of the grand scheme of military rifles, yeah. I did watch a thing, I can't remember the guy's channel name, some of you'll know are watching. Is it Kyle? Not Kyle Hill, he's a similar looking guy, but the one that does the nuclear stuff. But where Brandon Herrera, that's it, where the guy who breaks his jaw, or like knocks all of his teeth out because he shoots the foul in the video, deciding to brace it up against his chin for some reason, rather than putting the foul into his shoulder. Fire rate's pretty good because I've got a semi-auto rifle. So.
Made it to the safe room.
This isn't a very safe room. Yeah, that was the thing we were on about before, isn't it, with 308 and 223. And 556 and 762 and all those sort of various things. But I think some of you were saying, weren't you, that there's variants of 308 that are more powerful than 762 NATO. So, yeah. Because again, that's not confusing at all, is it? That one of the Imperial ones is less powerful than the other Imperial round. Meltdown, eh? 15% plus radiation damage. Shooting an irradiated enemy will cause them to meltdown. The next shot they take within 2 seconds deals 200% damage over. Yes, that's good.
Stay frosty. Don't let your guard down now.
Yeah, Frosty. Guard up. Death bad. I get it.
Another one of these. Yes, but it's the other way around for 223, like Brown Street was saying. Like I said, that's just confusing.
Wonder what I'll
isn't
find
it?
in here.
It's not a universal thing. Oh, okay. There's what Walls of Death there, is there? Yeah, they're going to coin slot me off of the Is this a safe area? I hope it is. Move at all or not? So I don't know if that's high enough. Yeah, I can get quite just about get out there.
Maybe this log has some answers. Probably not, though.
That sounds a bit like a myth, because in general, modern 9mm is going to be more powerful, isn't it? Because most of the old guns weren't built for the pressure of... Because in general, old smokeless rounds are nowhere near as good as modern smokeless. What's that? Something keeping out of balance. Is that like total money I've ever picked up in the game or something, I'd imagine? Unless that was... No, it would be... Oh, no, that would be not be this. That will be the sand game I've got running in the background. The idle game. Yeah, I thought it was in this. It was saying out there. Working alright for me, thanks, Hype. Well, I mean, I'm the host anyway, but, YouTube did have an error on it earlier, but, like I said, I think that went away. Miss Alt Tab, yeah, doesn't have an error on it at the moment.
Corpses and homicidal robots.
Yeah, it might be VPN listed, I wouldn't know, but yeah, again, I don't know how many people have liked or not liked the stream, but yeah, it probably does help with YouTube's engagement if you liked it, so yeah, please, as Hype says, don't forget to like the stream. Once I finish this bit, I've got 11 little rooms left. I'll finish the stream probably. I assume I've been on well over an hour now. I don't actually know what time I started today. Oh, it's the witch again, is it?
Make my top 10.
Jesus, what have you been through?
Trying to get that hologram one before I get can deal with the damage in the main one. I mean, I do have fairly good auto shotgun as well, don't I? So, I think it was like a random crit on my rifle that did most of the damage to her then. Right, so we got molecular precision, 15% radiation damage, 20% damage while aiming against irradiated targets, or 20% radiation damage, irradiate increased weak point damage. Let's do that one, because I've also got the perk to hip fire.
What kind of tech was that anyway?
The kind rich people own?
Is it possible to upload? It might be the tier of the weapon that affects that. So I can't upgrade the quality of these anyway, can I? So never mind. We'll just keep it as it is. I think it probably requires me to have like a purple weapon to do the next tier of those upgrades. So I don't want to save and quit.
The answers I need have to be here. Tacky. This one says.
Alright, 8 rooms to go, or 7 rooms to go.
Okay, so these crazy cultists worship what? The machines?
Got some Illuminati triangles going on there. Like some sort of sniper. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's very good oil diffuser. We'll use that. Oh, and another little place to go have a look at.
This looks interesting.
Oh shit, overshot that. Assume I'm going to want that one next. Yeah, I can probably do it from this one.
Interesting.
There we go. It's actually easier than the last room. Oh, there's a lot of shit in here. Oh no, they're already past my shield level, I can't. Okay, radiation damage is really good against those big bastards, so
feel bad for whoever wrote this.
Grenade kills replenish 30% ammo. That sounds pretty good because I love grenades. You technically have an infinite amount of grenades. They just have to, like, regen essentially. Although I suppose it means regen ammo in your current mag, doesn't it? Because you technically have infinite ammo in this as well. Hello, what's this? Oh, I don't like actual real sniper rifles, I only like the battle rifles. Otherwise I actually have to properly aim, not just, you know, spam fire at the chest. Or head. Oops, slam my wrist into the microphone there. So, space heater, female damage. I think I'm scrubbing. Just doing a melee speed up when I actually have to use melee.
Looks like they made their own microchips here.
Oh, it's Space Taiwan, is it?
Parts.
Oh. Yeah, I'm lagging out. Oh dear. Maybe Taiwan is a word I can't mention on YouTube. That's the point. Has Trump said anything about Taiwan before in terms of defending Taiwan or, yeah, Xi's gonna shut me down now, I'm gonna get Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, has Trump even mentioned Taiwan at all and, like, what his policy would be towards Taiwan? So I don't think Trump really knows about the fact that either America doesn't really make microchips. You know, which would have been the main reason previously for wanting to guarantee Taiwan's independence. But, you know, knowing Trump, oh, it's not oil, I don't care. What's that thing? So, isotopic focus, 50% radiation damage, 10% charge, gamma ray. Sounds good. Nova and gamma rays. I don't know what Nova ray is, but I know what gamma ray is. I know what a neutron ray is.
Nice work on that last room.
You were watching?
Honestly, I don't have much else to do.
Yeah, so it's the blessings are based on the tier of the weapon. Okay. I can't really call to see that anymore anyway. Yeah, well, they're doing the do nothing and win mode, and it works because turns out just not making stupid geopolitical mistakes is a pretty easy way of just winning favour with people. And again, I see Trump and J.D. Vance's intervention did a great thing for Viktor Orban winning. Not. Right, so that's that room cleared. Well, we got like 2 rooms to go. Yeah, let's get another robot, why not? The bots are quite useful for just clearing out trash enemies.
Some kind of overseer office? Because even cults need middle management.
So yeah, is this meant to be like some dead guy in a mech suit? Yeah, it's like a dead astronaut in a mech suit. Oh, there's 2 of the fuckers, okay. Right, hopefully we're getting some. I think there's only 1 room we'll do, isn't it? No, let's just do
It looks
grenade
like
or
the cult
explosion
had
radius.
agents inside every major government. They guided everything.
The cult had
They were
access
the
to the
path for
Epstein
Monarch
files.
to take control of Earth. Why?
Training a new model requires immense energy and computational throughput.
Jesus.
Incorrect. I am designated vassal.
You're the AI they built to make Monarch.
Correct.
So, there wasn't enough power on Apophis.
Partially accurate. This facility lacks the energy and processing density required to elevate Monarch's model to singularity threshold. Earth's grid is necessary.
Okay. Why are you telling me this? Getting direct answers isn't something I'm really used to.
Unlike Monarch, my model includes a human interaction framework. You are classified as non-critical threat. Therefore, information is permitted.
Then maybe you can inform me on how to destroy Monarch.
Such a path does not exist. If you could comprehend, you would know how hopeless your situation is.
I've heard that before.
So yeah, if
Your
you,
bravado has no
I've
value.
already been on this
Do you not
particular mission
realize
for
your
50
suit is
minutes.
synthetic? It is as easily under my control as all machines on this station. I will now simply switch you off, as I did your fellow Talon pilot.
Shit. Nothing's happening.
An unexpected error has occurred. I cannot breach your suit's firewall. Goodbye.
Okay. Guess I'll just have to do things as usual then.
Right, so yeah, I'll finish the stream once I've either won or lost against this
enough
boss.
talk. It's time to die, Vassal.
Only the living can die.
I don't have a comeback for that.
Right, how do I damage it then? The bots are damaging it, but my shot... Oh, okay, I can damage it now. Damage to shot misses, there's probably a bit more action. Hope my shield can regen if I don't get hit long enough. There we go. Right. Oh, oops. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's close. I think you just lose a chunk of health though if you fall off. Most things in this game, if you fall off a ledge, you like get respawned at the top with like 10% health or 20% health gone or something. Radiation is damaging the thing, right? Yeah, that affects it. I'm pretty losing a lot of health now. Need to keep remembering to hit him rather than let my bot steal the trash enemies and just keep pummeling him, because I don't think otherwise I'm going to get... Probably only has a maximum amount of bots he can spawn in as well anyway. Just grenade a load of those. Oh well, fuck the salespeople then, I guess. Let's just heal this trash mob again in a second while I'm also springing. Ah, there we go, I've got it. Right, that the end of that. Oh, there's actually a cutscene for this.
Asshole. Why are you so focused on killing us?
You are not important. You are simply in the way. An insect.
Oh god. 10! This is it! This is what they're after!
It's turning the planet into a computer. Consuming everything. Every life. All just to build a better model.
How can we win against that?
We're running out of time. Every second, Monarch builds more machines. Every second, more of us die. All life itself is on the line. So yeah, we'll find a way to win. Because we have to. Because everyone is counting on us. We'll find allies along the way. We're not alone. If we fall, we get back up. If we die, we learn from it. We'll keep trying. Until we get it right.
Yeah, it sounds about right with places I've worked as well, where the star food is much lower quality thing than the people they use for the, yeah, higher tier stuff. Oh, I've unlocked some pink guns, look. Yeah, I'll be off in a minute though. Right, so yeah, like I said, I was assuming that's setting up for a sequel unless they're going to keep pumping out 3 DLCs for this. We will have our revenge, Earthman. Which is Captain Scarlet, which is a great series for people who haven't seen Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds. That's the Jerry Anderson puppet one about alien terrorists. But yeah, very, very good series. but they have
Well, guess this isn't going to be as
aliens
simple
that
as I'd
talk
hoped.
like this and are invisible, and they just commit terrorism against Earth. That's their plot, to destroy the planet. We will have our revenge, Earthman. Or it's also, we will be avenged, I think they say. But yeah, Captain Scarlet, like I said, great series. Stingray, Thunderbirds, all the old Jerry Anderson stuff. Because like I was saying about Batman earlier, the guy that did a lot of the model work on that was the one that did the Batman 89 scale models. Very, very good series. So yeah, I'll be off in just a moment. And yeah, see everybody. I've got some more videos filmed. Like I said, I ultrasonic cleanered a bit by my granddad's pocket knife earlier, and that's in better condition than it was. So like I said, it's just a case now of cleaning it up a bit, oiling it, you know, doing all that sort of stuff. And then yeah, I'll have a fully functional, hopefully, British Army pocket knife from that time period. So yeah, have a good day, afternoon, whatever, everybody, and I'll see you all, yeah, hopefully tomorrow, just for a stream, I imagine. So yeah, see you then. Yeah, cheers. Like I said, it's not too hard doing that, because like I said, ultrasonic cleaner does most of the work. I need to bend a bit of the metal, though, at some point, because the knife doesn't quite sit into the knife recess properly, because of how many times it's probably been picked up and dropped and whatever. So yeah, anyway, have a good afternoon, everybody. See you all, probably tomorrow, I imagine.